Hey guys, it's Chef Jason, your Ace Hardware Grilling expert, hanging out in the Ace Barbecue Pit studio today, ready for a fun recipe because I need something to go with my tortilla chips, and I thought, what a better thing to do than grill some salsa on the Weber. So we're gonna put the Weber grill pans into play today. We've got a very easy recipe. Let's dig in here. We'll go through the ingredients with you, show you how simple this is, and then we're gonna head out to the Weber, get everything fired up. We're using the grill pans, like I said. We're gonna make a fast, easy, but amazingly delicious salsa. We're gonna start off today with 2 pounds of those beautiful hothouse tomatoes, and then we're gonna do 1 large jalapeno today, but I wanted to show you, they kind of come in all different sizes, so pick the size you want, but today I'm gonna go with that large guy right there. We're gonna do 1 yellow onion, that's a sweet yellow onion, a little bit of lime juice today, some of that squeeze tube garlic we love, a little bit of canola oil as well. We're gonna hit it with cilantro, probably about 3 tablespoons, but add as much as you like. Then, look at this, some very concentrated tomato paste to really round out that richness of the salsa. Then, seasoning it up, a little bit of cumin, some of that Bayou Dust of ours that you love so much, and then a little bit of fire honey to add a little bit of sweet heat, but really round it out. Then, check this out, you guys. We're going on the Weber grilling pans today. This is gonna help us keep everything in one spot, but we'll have our tomatoes, our onions, everything here ready to go. Then we'll be able to head out to the grill, bring it back in, make some fantastic salsa. All right, cooking temperature today, 450 to 500 degrees. We'll go ahead and start this. We've got it all cleaned and ready to go. Got all the burners turned on high. We're gonna let this heat up, like I said, into that 450 to 500 degree range. All right, a little bit of prep work to do. So you can tell we've already started slicing the tomatoes, and I'm gonna slice them into some nice thick slices because we're gonna go on the grill, so we don't want them to break up too fast or too easy, so we'll set those to the side. I've got the onion peeled, and I'm gonna do the same thing. Nice, thick slices because I wanna get some grill onto these onions, get a little bit of that onion flavor. Now, we talked jalapeno. So what I'm gonna do first, take that large jalapeno, cut the top off. I'm going to split it in half. Now, if you want a hotter jalapeno, my chef's tip for you, leave the pith and the seeds in your jalapeno. That's gonna contain all that capsicum oil that's really gonna give these a little more fire. So we're gonna leave them in. If you want a mild salsa, take those guys out. But now that we've got the prepped, I'm gonna show you how we get them seasoned and onto the grill pan. We want to start off these tomatoes with a little bit of seasoning. So just a light coat of that canola oil and then a little bit of that Bayou Dust just to give them kind of that foundation. Now, go ahead and get these mixed in real quick here. Kind of get those tossed around just a little bit, get all that seasoning and oil coating those tomatoes. And then right over here onto our grill rack, just gonna lay those guys out there. Get that nice separation in there so they've got an opportunity to get a little bit of char on there. Then we'll come back here. We're gonna do the same thing, you guys, with the onions as well. So we'll add the onions in here and you can go right into that same bowl. Doesn't matter, super easy. And I'll add the jalapenos. Light coating of oil again. Light coating of that Bayou Dust. Toss these guys up, get a little more in there. All right, back over here, onto the grill pan. Same thing with the onions. Now, we're gonna head out to the Weber. We've got the Weber heating up to that 450 to 500 degree range. We'll get out here. We're gonna let these guys go about 10 to 12 minutes aside, get a beautiful char on there, then we'll come back, flip them. All right, we're preheated that 450, 500 degree range. Now we're gonna add the grilling pan. What's important here, we're gonna let it go about 10 to 12 minutes because we're looking to get a little bit of char on the tomatoes, the onions, and the jalapenos. And then we'll come right back, get them flipped after that 10 to 12 minutes and let that second side go again till we get a perfect cook on our grilled salsa. All right, here we are right after 12 minutes, and look at that. We're starting to get a beautiful amount of char on those onions. We'll flip those jalapenos as well, and then carefully, I'm gonna give these tomatoes a turn. We'll get these finished off. Now, I'm gonna close it. We'll let these guys go for another 10 to 12 minutes just to finish everything off. But I'll tell you, I'm excited because that looks like that's gonna be a pretty fantastic grilled salsa. Here we are right at 22 minutes and I've got the perfect color on my onions, my jalapenos, and my tomatoes. So we'll go ahead and shut the Weber off. We're gonna grab this out of here using our hot gloves and a pair of tongs. We'll head into the kitchen next. We're gonna show you how to use the food processor to get this all chopped up and ready to go. So after 22 minutes of cooking, we brought these into the kitchen. We let them cool off to room temperature, and that took about 10 minutes, 15 minutes max. We'll go ahead and add these tomatoes now into our food processor. What I like about using a food processor is we're gonna be able to kind of blend these as thick or as thin as we want, right? So if you're looking for smooth salsa, we can do that. If you're looking for chunky salsa, we can do that. I'm gonna start off here and process about half the tomatoes, and I'm actually just gonna pulse them so we can get a good start on it. So just kind of pulse these guys down like that. They're still going to be, they're going to have a little bit of heat in here, and that's okay. I didn't cool them 100% ice cold. It's kind of down to room temp. Look at that. There we go. Get that in there. Now, I'm going to continue to do that for the rest of the tomatoes, and then we'll come back, show you how we do the onions and jalapenos next. We'll add the jalapenos next. I'm going to go ahead and add a little bit of my onions in here, and we'll start off getting these processed. Now, like I said, the cool thing is I'm making a chunky salsa, so I'm kind of pulsing this, but if I want that smooth salsa, go ahead and hit grind, and you are good to go. We'll get these guys broken up a little bit. What I'm looking for here, just to see how fine I get those jalapenos minced up, I think we're good right there. Just like that. We'll go ahead and pour this in here now. Then I'm going to do the rest of the onions next. We have the rest of the onions in here. I'm going to go ahead and add a little bit of lime juice using my squeezer. I'm doing a half a lime right now just to get it started. I want to get a little bit of that acidity mixed in with those onions. I'm going to keep that other half of that lime in case we need to do some flavor adjusting at the end. We'll go ahead now, get this all chopped up, and add that to our salsa. All right, we're gonna come back next. We're gonna show you how we add all the rest of these cool ingredients, get this seasoned up, flavored up, and ready for you to enjoy. We've got everything pulsed, and now we're gonna add a few more of the ingredients. And one of the things I'm gonna add here is that tomato paste. And I'm using a concentrated tomato paste because I'm looking to add just a little bit of sweetness to this, right? And kind of concentrate that tomato flavor. Sometimes when you grill fresh tomatoes, they're missing just a little bit of something, and I feel like that tomato paste does it. Now, look at that beautiful, chunky salsa. Then I'll come in here and I'll add some garlic. We say about 3 teaspoons, add as much or as little as you like. We'll go ahead and mix that in here as well. And then 3 tablespoons of cilantro, nice and fresh, nice and beautiful. Get that mixed in here too. Then I'm gonna season it to taste with a little bit of Bayou Dust. Now we already seasoned those tomatoes, but I wanna just finish it up. Now, first thing I gotta do is a little quality control here quick. So we'll check it. Yep, we definitely need a little Bayou Dust. So we'll add about another tablespoon of Bayou Dust. We're gonna add about a tablespoon of fire honey as well, and then season it to taste with a little bit of cumin. That's about a teaspoon right there. We'll get this all mixed in. Now, I'm gonna let these flavors meld. I want this to kind of do its thing and blend in here real good. It smells fantastic. It smells nice and fresh, but we're gonna let it sit. Now, I think it's important to let it sit, let it meld. We'll come back and adjust the seasonings one more time. Well, there you have it, an easy recipe that really allows you to grow this, tomatoes, cilantro, jalapenos, and make this, some fresh grilled salsa on the Weber. Very excited. It smells absolutely fantastic. And I'll tell you, if you want a cool twist, you can even throw that into a jar if you want to save it or give it away as a gift. Shelf life on this is about 3 days because everything is fresh and you have that fresh garlic in there. I guarantee you this is probably not going to last more than a day in your house. So don't forget, if you're new to the channel, be sure to subscribe, click those post notifications so you will be notified every time one of our videos goes live. And then don't forget to leave your questions and comments. We want to make sure we are as helpful as possible, and you telling us what you'd like to see, learn, or experience on our YouTube channel will help guide us to some amazing barbecue creations. And then today, I'll tell you what, we're teaching you how to make salsa on the Weber. We've got some fantastic videos coming up at the end as well, so be sure to click on those and learn, hang out with us, do some cooking. I'm Chef Jason, your Ace Hardware grilling expert. I am ready. I'm ready for some fresh salsa. I've got my guacamole. I've got my chips. I'm ready to have some people over, sit down and enjoy salsa. My little sample for today. Make sure I get a chunk of jalapeno in there too. Cheers.